Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, Telesco got them groceries.
What up, hello?
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube, what's good? Raider Nation, we're in the building once again, and this is Raider Twuan Live. Y'all saw the thumbnail, and yes, we talking about Tom Telesco bringing in the groceries. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about groceries, I'm talking about the new players that have been added to the great team of the Raiders. That is right. We just recently got done with the draft, and Tom Telesco, our GM and staff. I don't want to just call it I just don't want to call it just Tom Telesco, because Tom Telesco got some people working with him. Shout out to Champ Kelly, but he has a team and staff led by Tom Telesco. And yes, my personal opinion, and I'm gonna give you guys my overall final thoughts on the draft, but overall, you know, he got the groceries. Shout out to everybody. Hey, I gotta give y'all the Raider Twuan brown cracker salute. And this one goes to the best chat. And I mean the best chat that YouTube has to offer. Shout out to the congregation. All right. If you're wondering, what is the congregation? Well, the congregation is the people that come over and hang out with Raider Twuan. Okay? And the way that you can be a part of this wonderful congregation is if you quit playing with yourself and subscribe. And go ahead and click that like button. Why? Because I like you. Okay? And I got somebody that can tell you that.
Fucking Stizan.
Twuan, hey Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
That's right. Go ahead and hit that like button. Those in the congregation, you guys already know what we do over here. I talk back. I talk and y'all talk back. Again, we are on the march for 500 subscribers. By week 1, we are on our way there. All you have to do is subscribe. Click that like button and subscribe. This will also enter you in a chance of getting a pair of black Air Forces. Again, a lucky subscriber will get a pair of black Air Forces if we reach 500 subscribers by week 1. And it's completely free to do. So go ahead and subscribe. Okay. I'll pay the bills a little later. Hit me up at Twuan, all that good stuff. Be an organ donor. If you need that live, just letting you guys know live, if you guys need all that information, pray, ! PRAY gives you my IG. And then information for being an organ donor is ! DON. Okay? ! DON if you're live. All right. Let's talk about this draft. Okay? I call it groceries in terms of groceries in, when you trying to prepare a dinner, right? The first thing you do is you go to the grocery store and you pick up all the proper ingredients for the meal. Okay. So in that reference, for those that may not understand when I talk about groceries, I'm talking about Tom Telesco bringing in all the ingredients, all the things that, hey, I may have the chicken already at house, but I got to go to the grocery store and I got to go get, you know what I'm saying, some seasoning for the chicken, right? So Tom Telesco goes out there and gets the proper ingredients for our head coach, Antonio Pierce, so we can have a good meal. And a good meal consists of playoffs and possible knocking on the door for a Super Bowl, right? Because that's the ultimate goal, right? The ultimate goal is hosting the Lombardi Trophy, right? So in order to do that, you got to get the right players. Like Al Davis said, first you got to get the players, then great coaching, then tell them just win. I'm paraphrasing. I ain't saying it exactly the way Al Davis said it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And that's exactly what Tom Telesco was attempting to do. This was his first time drafting for the Raiders as our GM. And let's talk about it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys have not. Let me give a quick shout out to the people that are here. Let me scroll back up. My 2 cents, shout out to you being the first one in. Daniel Berry Sports, good to see you. Circus and Associates, the official legal services of the Raider Twuan channel. Eric is in the building. Good to see you, Eric. J-Hawk, good to see you. Johnny Gruden, my dude. Good to see you, Johnny Gruden, the coach, the official coach of the Raider Twuan channel. Johnny Gruden is in the building. Shout out to everybody in listening and moving and grooving. Make sure you guys click and share this video and live. I'll get to your comments in the section. I want to get into the conversation today, which is talking about the draft. Okay, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk a little bit about the player, and all the information that I feel like I need to bring out in regards to each player, and then I will give a grade on these players. Okay. So what I need you guys to do in the congregation is to also give me a grade on each player. Okay. And if you guys have any Raider gospel on the player, you guys can also do that too. Okay. But I first want to say these grades that I'm going to give out, these are based initially on the player currently and where they got drafted and how things got played out. And I'll explain all that because certain ones are different situations, right? This grade is not an indication of who they are going to be. These grades are initially just draft coming into the Raiders. Okay. we know that the ultimate grades should really be, for those that may not know, typically you give a player 2 to 3 years. You allow them to get out of their rookie year, their second year, and then their third year is usually a really good gauge on if that player is actually going to do well. And that's why I think it benefits. Another reason, just talking about it, it benefits us to not burn a player that hasn't really got enough years under his belt. Okay, I know a lot of times we talk about a player, you know, he's a rookie, and we need to get rid of him. You know, kind of wait, give him some time, and we have those things going on within. You know, some people within the Raider Nation feel that way with certain players. But for this assessment, we definitely want to just keep it right on perspective, and we'll go about it that way. Because there might be a guy that I say, hey, he's an A plus, and three years later we realize, hey, he ain't cracked up to be that. Or I give a player a D, you know, right now, and 3 years from now, that light bulb comes on and he actually gets it. So what we will do is kind of keep it right now. Now we can give later on, you know what I'm saying, a couple of years down, we can also pull out this draft class and then talk about grades from there. But we're going to give grades entering, and we'll go player by player, starting from the first round. Okay. First round, we get Brock Bowers. Okay, tight end. Brock Bowers comes from Georgia, and he is a weapon. Hear me out. He is a weapon. What indicates, and when I say that as a weapon, I mean there's a lot of versatility here. A lot of versatility here. And it kind of reminds me of this player, but not exactly like this player. There's a player on the Saints that was a quarterback, or is a quarterback, but he was classified as tight end. Okay? And that's Taysom Hill. I'm not saying Brock Bowers is Taysom Hill, but there's some similarities there in the sense of Taysom Hill's versatility, to where he could be a quarterback, he could be a running back, but he also can be a pass catcher like a tight end or a wide receiver. So they just gave him the tight end title, okay? But there's so many things that Taysom Hill can do. This is the same thing with Brock Bowers, okay? One play you might see Brock Bowers line up like a traditional tight end. One play you might see him flex out almost like a wide receiver and do wide receiver things. On the next play, you might see him do run something like a running back. Okay, I look, I haven't seen him put it on tape, but don't be surprised. He might throw one. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain people coming out of college, and they usually give them the indicator of athlete. If you ever seen that indication, let me think of a player that was indicated as athlete. Oh, our fullback, our old fullback, Alec Ingold. Alec Ingold, when he was in college, was indicated as an athlete. And the reason why they indicated him as an athlete was because they could not, it wasn't fair to him to pin him for just one, one position. There was multiple things that Alec Ingold was able to do, and he was good at multiple things. So they classified him as an athlete. And there's a few guys. You can go back, and Google college players that were indicated as an athlete, and it knocks on the door with Brock. Brock Bowers is an athlete. Like I said, you'll see him doing a whole lot of different things. You'll see a whole lot of versatility with Brock Bowers, and it's a complete weapon. You know what I'm saying? And what I want, and I'll talk about it even more going into our discussion today, but having him on the roster opens up a whole lot of stuff for our playbook. It opens up a lot of things for other players. And one of the things that even last year we talked about was the frustrations of us not scoring points, right? There would be times where our defense would, make the offense go 3 and out. And then the offense would get the ball in short field. And, in short field situations, we should be expecting to put up 6 to 8 points, right? But that wasn't the case. There was a lot of times we were talking and frustrated because we didn't score 3 touchdowns. And you can indicate that as the offensive line wasn't cracking up to what it was cracking up to. You can equivalent it to a lot of things, right? But having more firepower added to this offense is definitely going to be a boost of juice to what we already have in place. With Brock Bowers on the roster with Michael Mayer, that almost gives us, and help me out here, but I think we have the best tight ends duo, not just one tight end, but duo, right? The best tight end duo in football currently. Okay? Along with Devontae Adams and, Jacoby Myers and, the new addition of Michael Gallup, which, again, he has to make the team. But if he doesn't make the team, Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams on the outside with 2 tight ends playing on the two tight end set, that can be, an issue. And put a good, speedy running back in the backfield and flex him out too. Hey, there's so many things that can open up with this offense, and I think Brock Bowers is the beginnings of that. What also benefits Brock Bowers is, the reality of Devontae Adams, right? We all love DA, but there's going to be a point where either, DS says, hey, I'm going to hang it up, or, situations financially says, hey, we can't no longer afford UDA. Well, hopefully by that time, whenever that time is, Brock Bowers has matured, jumped over that 1 or 2, he's got out of his rookie year, he's into his second year, possible third year, and then now Brock Bowers can be that, main focal point of our offense, pass catching wise. So it works for us now, But I'm actually even more excited for what's to come with Brock Bowers. Yeah, he looks good on tape right now from what he did in college. Yes, he's going to have to adjust to the NFL. But when he hits that jump of, I got it. You know, they always talk about players like they always, it applies to all players that I'm about to talk about on this list. But, you know, they always talk about how, you know, the game slows down for the player. Well, when the game slows down for Brock Bowers, he's going to be in the flow of things. And then by that time, hopefully whoever's our quarterback has a good rapport with this tight end. Because I think Brock Bowers will be a weapon, a consistent weapon for years to come. Hey, let me say this now. Hey, it was a surprise. I don't think anybody had us going for Brock Bowers, but when Telesco goes for best player available, that's what you get. You get one of the best tight ends in all of college football. And to some critics and most that I've gathered from, they've all indicated that Brock Bowers has been probably one of the most top tight ends that's came out of the draft. So shout out to Brock Bowers and thank you for doing what you do. And hopefully you put on for the silver and black. I'm going to go and move on. I see you guys is in chat. Hey, give me your grades for Brock Bowers. Tell me your thoughts on Brock Bowers. I will go back and respond to all those and look at them. So definitely do that. All right. Let me go ahead and get to the next one. Okay. In the second round, you know what? We get what most people were linking for us to get in the first round. Some help on the offensive line with Jackson Powers Johnson. Okay. He plays guard. He's going to play guard for us, but he also can play center. Okay. They already indicated that Jackson Powers Johnson is going to be a guard for us. Okay. But what this automatically gives us is some options at center. We already have Dylan Parham here, who also plays center, who can also play center. Okay. But now we have Jackson Power Johnson here playing guard, but also can play center. And if you ask me, I think Jackson Power Johnson eventually is going to move over to center. You guys know how I feel about Andre James. You guys know what I call Andre James. Put it in the chat if y'all know what I call Andre James. And if you saw my reaction when we went live and Jackson Power Johnson was the one that we selected, there was an immediate pointing of the fingers at the screen. And I'll leave that there. I'll let you guys go figure that part out. But with Jackson Power Johnson, he is a very strong, really nasty and physical offensive lineman. Something we definitely needed on this roster. I think to have something in Jackson Powers Johnson that we can have for years to come and have that stability in the middle of our offense, especially our offensive line, right? For those that have been delusional talking about our offensive line has been perfect, we've been top 10 and all of that, that's where, again, statistics get misconstrued from the real tape. Okay? If our offensive line was such a top 10, we wouldn't be making the moves that we've been making and making the efforts we've been making. You know, they always say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Well, obviously, they felt this offensive line needed some fixing. And I think this is a step forward in that situation. Hey, I gave you guys a grade for Brock Bowers. I'm giving that. It just hit me right now. Because again, everything that I do is live and off the dome. Right? A+. A+ on the grade. That's a grade based on the player and also the value in which they were drafted. Okay. Jackson Powers Johnson. Again, I'm excited to see him. You know, there's players and there's players that are here because this is the opportunity. And there's players that are here because, yes, it's an opportunity, but they also want to be here. And Jackson Powers Johnson wants to be here. He has Raider ties. Not necessarily Raider ties to a player, but his family are knowledgeable of the Raiders. Season ticket holders. And that bodes well. I think there's going to be an even more of an ounce of a motivation for him to play even harder for this team because of that. And the grade that I give Jackson Powers Johnson is an A+. Okay? So with our first two picks, I give an A+ to both of those. And also, and to be honest with you, we've got a first rounder in the first round and a first rounder in the second round. Jackson Powers Johnson was actually, in my lookings of where he was slotted to go in the draft, he was supposed to go somewhere in the 20s in the first round. So for us to get him at 44 was amazing value. Okay? And it looks like, again, that the method at this time in the draft was Jackson Powers Johnson, and Telesco decided to go best player available. And if you watch the live that me and my brother Eric did, we talked about it, and we're looking at the best players available before the pick was selected, and I said it's probably JPJ, and bingo. So again, even with best player available, we were able to address one of the big needs of the team. Going to the third round, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Blessings to each and every one of you guys. Going to the next round is our third round. DJ Glaze. Okay. He goes by DJ Glaze, but he's also known as Delmar Glaze. Okay. He can play guard, he can play tackle. And this is one that I was kind of like, I don't know. But hear me out. After going back and diving in to who he is, I understand. In the third round, there was, actually from the first to the, I want to say first to the third-ish, there was a heavy run of offensive players. And that's why we saw in the first round, what was it, the first 14 were all offensive players in the draft. Okay. And because there was a run on offensive players, all the offensive players were going off the board. And at this time in the third round, if you go back and watch the entire third round of the draft, and at the end of the second round, there was a lot of offensive tackles going off the board. Now, would I say that DJ Glaze was worthy of the value of the third round pick, of where we were in the third round? No. His value did not have him where we drafted him. And that's where a lot of people are saying that he was a reach. But when you see the run of offensive tackles going off the board, and you know that offensive tackle is definitely a need of this team, you got to catch it. You got to go, when the river's running, you got to go get the fish. Okay? And as much as I didn't like for us to go get him right there, it was either we were going to miss out on that or deal with who we have at tackle. And I like Thayer Munford. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, who do we have at tackle? Are we really ready to wait for Dalton Wagner? How long have we waited for Dalton Wagner to get it? And I think that's the other reason as to why we needed to add to that room and actually really bring a competition to that room. We're also switching schemes. So the indicator is that DJ Glaze also fits the scheme in which we're about to bring to the table. And maybe Dalton Wagner or maybe Thayer Munford, that may not be their strong suit. We're going to a zone scheme. So we're changing it again. And it's going to be up to Thayer Munford and Wagner to adjust and show what they can do during the offseason. But to have DJ Glaze gives us competition, but also an other option if things don't work out with the guys that we want to take over that right tackle spot. Okay? The thing that stuck out with DJ Glaze was also he showed out in the Senior Bowl. A lot of reports came out that said that DJ Glaze at the Senior Bowl, he looked bad the first day. But after he took the proper NFL coaching, he was one of the ones that shined on the offensive line. So, yes, this is I indicate that DJ Glaze is going to be one of those project guys, a guy that is going to be working behind the scenes, and he also has the most out of this class. I think he's the one that has the highest possibility of growth. You know, they talk about floors and ceilings. I think DJ Glaze's ceiling is very high. He has a lot of physical tangibles, and I think the indicator is that if we can coach him up, he will be exactly what we need at right tackle. Whether it's a starting right tackle or whether he's our backup right tackle. He can play right and left tackle, which shows another thing of versatility with DJ Glaze. So this one, jury's still out. Jury's still out on DJ Glaze. I'm not going to say he's going to be an immediate starter. Just like Jackson Power Johnson and Brock Bowers, I think those guys are going to be starters. I think Jackson Powers Johnson is going to be a number one for us, the number one tight end. I think Jackson Powers Johnson is going to be our starting right guard. Jury's still out on Glaze. He's going to have to show what he needs to show during preseason. But the grade I give him, I give him a B-. I give it a B-. Just above a C. Okay? I give it a B-. Next person is kind of in that same boat. Has the physical abilities, but the jury's still out. On DeCamerion, okay? DeCamerion Richardson, okay? DeCamerion Richardson. I'm gonna say DeCam. DeCameron, okay? I'm gonna say DeCameron because I'm gonna and please DeCamerion, no disrespect. I'm just trying to get through this, okay? DeCamerion Richardson, a very tall corner, and I like tall corners. I hated last year where, and I called him at one point. I called him the Lollipop Guild because we had a whole lot of short corners. No disrespect to them. No disrespect to them because you know I like Amik. But Patrick Graham also likes, I want to say likes, but he prefers corners with some size. And size, Telesco brought to the table in DeCamerion Richardson. A 6'2" corner, very physical. And again, Just like I said with DJ Glaze, he has the frame, and in some and in some metrics when it comes to the combine and all those measurables, they identify DeCameron as a freakish athlete. But he's definitely going to need some coaching up to get to what we need for him to be. And the positive is there's some positives here. Outside of all the other positive measurables, one thing we actually do have is coaching. Okay? So I think the Cameroon is going to get coached up. He's going to be shown how to do what he needs to do. And it's going to be up to him to get his spot. Because that cornerback for the Raiders, just like our coach said, he wants competition. And that's exactly what's going to be. It's going to be a competition. I think even with the guys that I'm looking on our roster, I think what we're going to have is actually the cornerback room is probably going to be one of the rooms that I'm going to say is going to be our huge competition. Shout out to Anastrada, SoCal Sal. Hey, Wild Turkey. Got you, dog. Shout out to everybody in the chat. As I'm running my mouth. But the Cameron is going to have every opportunity to get the job done. And we already know Jack Jones is good. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say he's safe, but let's just say Jack Jones is safe. All right? Hobbs is safe. We just need that person on the opposite side. Okay? And I'm glad they brought him in. And also, because this is in the 4th round, this is exactly where you start looking for guys of this caliber. Okay? 1st round, you want an immediate starter. 2nd round, you want a starter. Okay? 3rd round, you want a possible starter. Okay? But a possible starter, but can be solidified depth, right? 4th, you're looking for someone that can be a depth piece, maybe need a little coaching here or there. Maybe there's some things that you actually like about that player. Okay? And this is exactly where he falls. There's some things that they like about him. Obviously they like his physical abilities, etc., but they think that they can coach him up where he can actually be something for the Raider Nation. Okay? So 4 through 7 is going to be exactly kind of similar to this. The grade that I give this one, I give it a B, C plus. No, B minus. B minus. B minus. See, I'm giving y'all the raw, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm right on the fence with that. Okay. Going to the 5th round. Linebacker, Tommy Eichenberg. Okay. A lot of people were on me And here and I gotta go here. A lot of people were on me because I kept talking about we need a linebacker. We need a linebacker. Okay. If y'all watched my other video where I was talking about how the contractual situations of the Raiders, we need linebacker. And I'll say this. Tommy Eichenberg fits that billing. I talked about it multiple times. I talked about certain guys that I was looking at and certain guys I liked. And Tommy Eichenberg is one of those guys I called out. Okay? Tommy Eichenberg is a big, physical linebacker, a guy that you try to run the ball up the gap. He's going to meet you in the gap, and you're going to fall backwards. You're going to fall backwards. Not the opposite situation like Diablo, where Diablo tackles the guy, but Diablo's going this way. Okay? Tommy Eichenberg, when he tackles, he's coming this way. Okay? And I'm excited for Tommy Eichenberg in this defense. I think Tommy Eichenberg can also open things up for Robert Spillane. And, you know, speaking of Spillane, Tommy Eichenberg's comparison to me, it really reminds me of Spillane. And having that, futuristic wise, having Robert Spillane right next to Tommy Eichenberg, I'd be scared to run the ball. If that D-line don't get to you, Spillane and Tommy Eichenberg is definitely cleaning that up. If you guys ever get a chance, go watch Tommy Eichenberg's highlight tape. You'll see how physical he plays. He has that lunch pail mentality. He has that willing to go to work. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't surprise me that Tommy Eichenberg is not right now in the Intermountain Health Center lifting those weights. Okay? That's what kind of guy Tommy Eichenberg is. He has that personality. He has that physicality. He has that nastiness. He has that physicality. That all everything that we've been wanting out of a, I don't want to say out of a middle linebacker, but in the middle of our defense, that is Tommy Eichenberg. Now, the knock on him is that he's a 2-down linebacker. Okay? And we'll see how that pans out for him in the NFL. But even if he plays that role, just hear me out on this. Say we had Tommy Eichenberg and Spillane out there the first 2 downs. Then on the 3rd down, we bring in Diablo. It can work. Okay? There's a lot that can come with this. He's still obviously there as a rookie. There's always room for growth, but I think he has all of the right stuff to get him ready for what we need for him to do with the Raiders. So with this pick, my grade is it's an A. It's an A. to get him here in the 5th round is also value, because he should have been off the board not a long time ago, but he should have been off the board. And for us to get him there in the fifth round is definitely a add to the value. Okay. This is where a lot of the defensive guys started coming off of the board. If you notice, if you saw the overall draft, a lot of guys in the offensive time, a lot of people in the offensive personnel, they went top, like high in the draft. And the end of the draft, it seemed like there was a huge run on the defensive players. Okay. Hence, Tommy Eichenberg is in the 5th round. Okay. Next person. Let me shout out everybody in the chat. I'm looking on my phone here to shout. D-Man, it's good to see you. Ozzy, good to see you. Blessings to you today. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Why? Because I like you. Nightbot is doing his thing. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. SoCal, good to see you. The next person that I want to talk about is Dylan Laube. Okay, let me say it right. Dylan Laube. Okay. I got that from the people on highlights, so I believe that's how you say it. Dylan Laube. Laube. Okay. Split that up. Don't be saying Laub or Lob or Lube. He's not Lube. Okay. Laube. Now, I will say, speaking of Lube, I will say that he's smooth like some lube. All right. At running back, he's a smooth runner of the ball. He's your gadgety, physical running back. Another lunch pail, willing to put in the work hard. People want to tag him as, the poor man's McCaffrey. I just want him to be Dylan Laube. Okay. But he brings another facet to our game. And all these guys that I've talked about, like, I'm thinking also about the locker room, and I think about, is this person really a fit in our locker room? Is this guy going to really get along in our locker room? And when you have people like Dylan Laube, I think he will. He's going to be in that boat of, let's put in the work and let's win some games. I'm excited about Dylan Laube. I don't know how much of a role he'll play. I think we'll see a lot of him in preseason to figure out where he's going to fit in our offense. He has some people currently ahead of him on the depth chart, and he's going to have to beat those guys out. when you got the Zamir Whites, you have the Madison, you have this Amir Abdullah, which obviously y'all know. If nobody else is a fan of Amir Abdullah, I am. This is the Amir Abdullah Booster Club. Okay, here, Amir, if you ever want to interview, you know where to come. This is definitely a wonderful safe space for you. Because I believe in you. Even more than what the coaches do. Anyway, he has Dylan Laube has some guys ahead of him, and I have him right now. Our fourth running back. He comes in the top 4. Okay. But, you know, we'll see, because I don't know how they do that, because, you know, we still got Britton Brown here, Sincere, Seasoning, McCormick, and they'll have something to say about that too. But the competition in our running back room is going to be nice. I especially in the preseason, because they do run the ball a lot, because they do traditional sets and they just let, you know, the running backs run and, you know, all of that. We'll see who has the hot hand. But I think Dylan Laube has a lot of lot to bring to the table and add to this roster. Clifford the Clifford the Big Black Dog. That's what I call him. I know his name is Clifford the Black Raider, but I call him Clifford the Big Black Dog. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Clifford the Big Red Dog, but we don't like red, so that's Clifford the Big Black Dog. That's my nickname for him. I don't know if he likes it. Please let me know if you like that name, because if you don't, I won't call you it. But that's just my little thing for Cliff the Big Black Dog. If you like that name, respectfully. But yeah, I like Dylan Laube. Dylan Laube for me is A minus. A minus. A minus. Close to an A. Really close to an A. There's just some things I need to figure out, and the only reason why I can't figure those things out is because I need to see it in preseason. Okay? But as of now, I give it an A minus. Going to, the 6th round. Tragedy turned triumph. Good to see you. Blessings to you today. Going to the 6th round. It's another guy that's very intriguing for me. Is Trey Taylor. Safety. Okay. At safety, you know what? I really thought that and this is where we're trying to understand how Telesco drafts and how Telesco moves, right? I think he went best player available here. Because when you look at the room, right? You have Merrick, starter. Epps, starter. Palomar just got re-signed, right? So you already know that, he's kind of like a guy they're interested in, or at least looking at him for at least some backup duties, right? Because I don't think Palomar is going to beat out Merrick. I don't think Palomar is going to beat out Epps. I think Epps and Merrick are our guys. And just my personal opinion on our safety play, I think they played well. But you have in that room, and I know they have some other guys, but I just think those guys they're just here to be here. Just sorry about that. So Merrick, Epps, Palomar, and Chris Smith, right? The guy we just recently drafted from Georgia, right? Who had some stuff here and there and really didn't get a lot of burn, right? But he's the rook in the group, right? So he was that that foursome. And I think in regards to the roster, I think we might only carry 4. Possible 5, right? And I think with best player available, Trey Taylor is definitely going to make that 5th spot. Because when you look at Trey Taylor, yeah, he came out of a military college. But when you pop in his tape, he has the stuff. And if you ask me my honest opinion, if it wasn't for Merrick and Epps, I think Trey Taylor would be a starter for us. You heard it here. Okay? And I think what's going to happen is, like there's, like they always say we got to make room. I think this is one of them. I think he's one of them. And that's what you get. And that's why this is another reason why I like what Telesco did overall. And I'll talk about it even more at the end. But this is why I like what Telesco did overall. Because if he went best player available, no matter who it is, it automatically puts competition in that room, and it makes the overall. Well, not. I don't want to. Well, I'll finish with that. It makes the competition in that room better. Okay. It makes room for good players, right? Because think about it. I know our rule is 4 safeties, but hey, Trey Taylor is I'm just gonna say it like that. Trey Taylor is that guy. Say we're in a meeting, right? And all I can do is keep 53. And I'm at 52. And I got that one spot. And I already know I got enough safeties. But I need that. I need him here. I think that's Trey Taylor. I'm not saying he's ready right now. I'm not saying just put him out there and he's going to be an all-pro. But he has the makings of a great safety. Play in the box. Okay? Can play up top. Has a pedigree. Okay? Everybody's been talking about that. He has ties to Ed Reed, who's been coaching him up and mentoring him. Okay? And that's not the reason why we got him. I'm not hear me out on that. Don't just say, "Oh, we got him just because he's Ed Reed's relative." No. I encourage you to go on the same thing you're watching after this and watch you some Trey Taylor. Okay? Because if it really comes down to, hey, we got a solid 4, Chris Smith or Palomar might have to go. Just saying. And I like, and I'm not saying that in hatred. I like Palomar. I really do. I like his physical, you know what I'm saying, physicality. I'm starting to see that the game is picking up for him. He's starting to get it. You know what I'm saying? Chris Smith, obviously, he's a rookie. You kind of want to give him a little time, but hey, business is business. Okay? They might try to move Chris Smith to the practice squad, you know, or whatever the situation is, just to make room for him. But this is definitely a guy, even in the 6th round, that we need to be looking out for. Okay? Trey Taylor. You know, we were talking about Cooper DeJean and you know, Cooper DeJean and how good he is and how talented he is. He is talented. I'm not knocking him at all. Hear me when I say that. But it was this guy, Trey Taylor, that beat him out for the best safety defensive back in college football. The Thorpe Trophy. Okay? And that's a huge award for defensive backs. And it was Trey Taylor that beat out Cooper DeJean, or Cooper DeJean, however you want to call it, for that trophy. So we got a prize trophy winner at his position. In what round is this? The 7th round. You know what grade I give it? I give it an A+. On value and talent. I'm excited about Cooper DeJean. I mean, I'm not Cooper DeJean. I'm excited about Trey Taylor. I just have that feeling that he's going to be something. He's going to be something. Okay. And as I get to my last one, my last draft player, and then I'll get into the chat and see what you guys got and all that great stuff. Shout out to everybody for being here. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Why? because I like you. I really do. Hit the like button. And if you like the Raiders, quit playing with yourself. Subscribe. All right. Last one. MJ Devonshire. Okay. MJ Devonshire. Cornerback. Tom Telesco doubles up at cornerback. Okay. I'm just going to say this right now, and I'm not saying it specifically because of him, but because I said they're doubling up at cornerback. Get ready. Because guys like Tyler Hall, it might be time for them to go. Sam Webb, it might be time for them to go. They're bringing in new guys. Okay. And not saying that Sam Webb can't beat those guys out, because they all, like I said, they all got opportunities to, you know what I'm saying, opportunities to win their job. But Tom Telesco is flooding the cornerback room and really bringing some guys in here. And MJ Devonshire is one of those guys added to that room, but he also brings versatility. Okay. Not only is he a corner, but MJ Devonshire also has return ability. And the other person that has return ability is Dylan Laube. Another person that has return ability is Brock Bowers. Okay? So Tom Telesco is bringing in some guys because obviously with and going back to MJ Devonshire, Tom Telesco is bringing in some guys to have a variety there to see what's going to best fit us with this new kickoff rule. Is it going to fit us to have a real speedy wide receiver out there? Or does it really fit us to have a running back that can truck somebody, or a tight end that can, break through a line and get to the end zone? And Tom Telesco told us about that. He said, he wants to bring in some options. And MJ Devonshire is one of those. So MJ has, obviously he can play corner. Obviously he can play corner, but special teams is definitely a place where he can make the team. And we I think that's where we're going to get an edge. Because after some of these guys are not the primary guard, primary tackle, primary corner, primary whatever, they got to play some special teams. So MJ Devonshire has something already going well for him, because ultimately, first of all, we're looking for some corners, some guys we can put out there at corner, right? But also, we have some people. We need some people in the return game. Okay? You guys give me 1 second. All right. All right. So that aspect is probably what's going to keep or give MJ Devonshire an option of being on this team. First, he needs to be well at playing corner, but also he needs to sell the pitch that he is a special teamer. So, do I see DJ MJ Devonshire being added to the team? It's going to be tough. Like I said, that corner room is going to be woo, I can't wait. I'm excited for our cornerback room and a couple of other rooms, and I'll talk about that in another live. But yeah, we got some serious competition, Joe, and corner is one of them. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what he does in preseason. But my grade for MJ is a B. Close to a B plus. Okay. When I say close, I'm just telling you it's kind of leaning towards, okay? But it's a B. And I wanted to give you guys an overall theme of this draft. 2 words. Value and versatility. Tom Telesco, as I give my final thoughts too, along with this. Tom Telesco, my final thoughts before I get into your guys' comments. Tom Telesco sought value. But along with that value, he added players that have versatility. Let's talk about the value and versatility. Brock Bowers plays tight end, but can be like a wide receiver, but also can be like a running back. Jackson Power Johnson. It's a really talented center, but also can play guard. DJ Glaze can play left tackle, right tackle, and can also play guard. Dylan Laube. He's a running back, but he also can catch passes out the backfield and run routes like a wide receiver. If you go watch his tape, you'll see some times where he actually lines up and runs a legit wide receiver route. Okay? MJ Devonshire plays corner, but also is a return specialist. Okay? Value and versatility. Though I just talked about the versatility there. I wasn't just talking about value. Because when you talk about value, you can talk about how where Tommy Eichenberg was drafted. You want to talk about value, you can talk about Trey Taylor, getting him the best safety in trophy wise in college football, getting him in the 7th round in Trey Taylor. You're getting value at Jackson Power Johnson that's supposed to be in the 1st round, but we got him in the 2nd round. And then Brock Bowers, value. He wasn't even supposed to fall to 13. He was supposed to be top 5, and for some people and for some critics and those that are analysts of the game, they had him top 2 in the overall draft. Okay. But Tom Telesco had, I'm just going to say it like this. He had value and versatility on his mind. And can we be honest here? Where, people want to be mad about best player available. People want to be mad at, oh, why didn't we get this guy, or why didn't we get that guy, or da-da-da-da-da. Why did he go best player available? Because when we really truly look at our roster, what area don't we need a best player? That's where you, like I said, that's like I said earlier, that creates the competition, right? Oh, you were comfortable at wide receiver. Okay, let me throw one of the best wide receivers that I can get out of this draft into your room, and let's see what you do in camp. Oh, you guys thought you were comfortable at safety. Well, hey, 7th round, surprise. Here goes Trey Taylor. Hey, Mayer was very comfortable in his spot, right? Being the number 1 tight end. Surprise. And when you do that, they call that iron sharpens his iron. Let the cream rise to the top. That's how you get a solid team. That's how you build out a roster. AP said he wanted competition, and that's exactly what Tom Telesco did. He created competition. Shout out to J-Dog. Good to see you. My overall grade for Tom Telesco and his first draft is an A. Is an A. Now, fine-tune combing through this draft. And I'll go name by name. I see a starter in Brock Bowers. I see a starter in Jackson Powers Johnson. I see a backup in DJ Glaze. Okay. A guy on the bubble. A backup in Tommy Eichenberg. Okay. I think Tommy Eichenberg will actually be the third linebacker coming out. Okay, so Spillane, Diablo, Tommy Eichenberg. Then Bernie. Dylan Laube. I think he'll be in rotation, but he'll be the fourth running back. Trey Taylor. I think they're going to make room for him. So I think we might have 5 safeties. Okay. MJ Devonshire's on the bubble. So I have 2 guys on the bubble. 2 clear starters. A backup. 2 backups. And 1 in rotation. Shout out to Tom Telesco. You guys, I remember I told you guys, and I've been talking about this too. It's like I believe in Tom Telesco. And this was why. I love, and I've been saying this too, and I'm gonna get into the chat too, because I know some of you guys is probably saying it. But I love the fact that that we didn't go quarterback. Okay. I like the fact that Tom Telesco said it too, that why draft a quarterback if I don't think he's going to beat out the guys that we currently have in the room? If you guys heard me talk on the live, I believe it was day 3, and I have all that because I went live all 3 days. I talked about I don't want us to get a quarterback because it would have been a waste of a pick. We would have been without a guy we drafted in the 3rd day. And because we got a quarterback, just to get a quarterback. I know some people really believed in Jordan Travis, and I mean that's fine too, but I'm glad that he didn't do that and decided to, hey, let me just stack up wherever I can stack up. And if his true, like, all the way approach outside of DJ Glaze, I don't think that was best player available. Or maybe it was. But that was best player available of need, right? If his approach was best player available, I think that's going to be the best thing we can do. And I also feel like after this draft, we'll see how it pans out over the season. But remember when I did the live F them picks and I said we weren't ready. And I said at the end of that live, I said there might be a possibility that if we draft well, that next year we might be in a position to F them picks. Well, the way that he drafted, we might actually be in a position to next year to F them picks. If that's what it takes to go get that guy. And shout out to Tom Telesco. You guys know I put out another live, and I'm gonna say this to him too. You know, I know your name is Tom Telesco, but I call you Tom to let's go. Let's go, Tele. All right, to let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because he did his thing. He did his thing. And I mean, the jury's still out, but right now, what I'm seeing, how this team is getting built and how this team is shaping up, he's addressed what we were looking at. He didn't get everything, but he addressed a good majority of what we were looking at. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna put this out here. We still might be looking for a right tackle. You know what I'm saying? If Thayer Mumford and you know the other guys don't put it together, but we'll cross that road when we cross that road. Looking at you guys in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys have not. And if you like the Raiders, quit playing with yourself. Go ahead and subscribe. Better if we took one in the second and first round, back-to-back draft picks. You know what? My 2 cents. The initial thought for me was that I wanted to draft, stay put, and then go back up. But I think it worked out. You know what I'm saying? I really think it worked out for us. I think, not saying we go back up, maybe to go, maybe you're talking about to go get someone specifically, but I think staying put in the second actually had Jackson Powers Johnson fall to us. Now, I also proposed on the 2 for One Nation podcast with me and Eric from the Raiders, SC Raiders Talk. I also brought up the fact that, the way things might be going because they were reaching for quarterbacks, that a lot of players were going to fall to the second, and maybe that was an opportunity for us to get back into the second, right? And pull somebody, right, that maybe was a first rounder in grade, but fell to the second round, right? But I think, to be honest with you, I'm still fine with how things went. I'll say this too in regards to the draft. How many times have we can say that the guy that we drafted in the first round, everybody knew, right? How many times, we can say, oh, everybody knows Brock Bowers. We haven't said that a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't looking for Leatherwood. People weren't looking for Arnett in the first round. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think people were looking for Jonathan Abram in the first round. Circus said, boo, 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 Bowers. Hey, Hey, yeah, and some people might have been hell bent on getting a quarterback. But that was the other discussion, right? In regards to Efton picks, right? It's like, are we going to go ahead and get that quarterback and not build out this team, or what direction should we go? And I think because everybody was reaching for quarterbacks, it was they made a pivot, and they're like, well, hey, all the quarterbacks, Atlanta surprised us, you know what I'm saying? And that was a stupid move, but hey, I'm glad I'm not a Falcon fan. But I'm glad that we went the way that we went. Because look how built our roster has the possibility of being. I'm not saying that these corners are going to pan out. You know what I'm saying? I jury's still out on them, but we got a good linebacker. We got another option at tackle. We solidified our guard. We ain't got to deal with Rotten and bringing in somebody to a rental. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody for years to come, somebody that can actually slide into center. There's a lot of things, positives in the guys we brought in because we didn't go for the quarterback. Not saying that's not eventually not a need, but hey, at least we can give. And I'll say this too. This will also give us the opportunity to really get a good look at Aiden O'Connell. You know what I'm saying? And see if he's really that guy. Hey, Eric, I agree with you. I hope, and I think they will. I'm looking for our sophomores to step up. You know what I'm saying? Our Tyrees, our Jacorian Bennett's. You know what I'm saying? They need to make some noise. It's about time. You know what I'm saying? The rookie season, yeah, of course there's stories of players that hit in the rookie season and do well. You know what I'm saying? But in most cases, that rookie season is just them trying to figure things out. So hopefully, Tyree and our other rookies, our other guys in their second year, they're ready to go. Two Cents said Bauer is a B plus, due to the drafting top tight end last year. Yep. And I'm not mad at that. I feel you on that. Because it kind of puzzled me, but schematically with the two tight end set, it really confuses defenses. They don't know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Based on certain things, right? Wide receivers, linebackers, safeties, based on the formation, they can kind of guess what routes you're running, right? But when you're in a two tight end set, you can motion certain things. You can have 2x2. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the tight ends inside, wide receivers outside, right? You can go 2x2. You know what I'm saying? You can rotate one of the wide receivers over, and then you can go 3x1. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can get your screens. That's where you can get, your triple, your triple action, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Your 2x2, you can do 2 run on the outside, your 2 insides cross. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that you can do just having those 2, 4, players on the field. So it gives you that illusion. Hey, Milka Beezy, good to see you. I blessings to you. Yeah, I think you're talking about Jackson Power Johnson. Yeah. I think he's our guy. I really think he's gonna be that Rodney Hudson, you know what I'm saying, solidified center in our league. Hey, SoCal Sal, you already know. Andre negative 3,000. That's what I call Andre James. I like the way the Bauer sound now, but yeah. I think a lot of people were fixed on Fuaga, right? I like Fuaga too. I wasn't mad at that situation, but I get it. I get it. And I'll say this with the Fuaga situation. Maybe they actually do have confidence in Thayer Mumford, and you know what I'm saying? Maybe they did have their eye on DJ Glaze. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that DJ Glaze is Fuaga, but maybe they felt like, hey, we can get this the best value here, or just go ahead and get, that. Two Cents gave his 2 cents on JPJ. He said A+, baby. JPJ. A+. Eric said straight A+. Yep. Circus is being a fool. JPJF because he's not a quarterback. A+. First round talent selection. Yep. Hey, you know what's so funny, Circus? Hey, somebody actually feels that way. I guarantee you there's somebody in the Raider Nation feels exactly what you talk about in the beginning. JPJ is an F because we didn't get a quarterback. We should have got Rattler in a second. Thank you, D Menace, for putting out the YESSIR Outdoors. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you guys have not. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at YESSIR Outdoors. Hey, JPJ's dream was to be the Raider. Hey, look, you could tell he was excited about being a Raider. You know what I'm saying? Like that one video where he started quoting the I don't win, almost, you know what I'm saying, threw my hat and lost it in the Ahern. You know what I'm saying? This is the Ahern. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Ahern. Good Wi-Fi at this Ahern. Anyway, hey, but yeah, he was excited to be a Raider. And he quoted the I don't win. You know what I'm saying? The autumn win is I'm like, come on, dog. You already know what time it is. And that's what we're creating here. You know what I'm saying? A culture, you know what I'm saying? Whether what and we understand it. You know what I'm saying? If I lived in, you know what I'm saying, if I lived in the I'll just trying to think about a team. I'll go with Rafa's old team. Say I lived in North Carolina, right? And as a child, I was raised to be a Carolina Panther. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock you for that. if you play for the Raiders, right? But what I am going to knock you for is as soon as you come on and put on that shield and you on the team and you wearing our colors, you know what I'm saying? You need to start understanding certain things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say you need to go and read everything on the Raiders, but because that takes a long time. But you need to know who the OGs are. You know what I'm saying? You need to know the Jim Ottos. You need to know my favorite player, Willie Brown. You know what I'm saying? You need to know Charles Woodson. You need to know, you know what I'm saying? You need to know a little something about the autumn wind. You know what I'm saying? We don't say black and silver. We say silver and black. You know what I'm saying? We don't say Nation Raider. We say Raider Nation. Okay? You need to know that stuff. We don't say Raiders Nation. I hate when people say Raiders Nation. Okay? But anyway, that's my personal. Pray for me. All right? But you know what I'm saying? You got to understand those things. And JPJ, whether he's been raised up in it or he's adopting it, good. Adopt it. You're here. You know what I'm saying? Like what's that saying? You're here, you might as well make the best of it. Well, hey, you're here. You might as well make the best of it. And I guarantee you, if you attempt to make the best of it, you'll love it. Okay? That's why Max Crosby loves it. That's why I just was watching it. Vontae Adams loves it. You know what I'm saying? What did Wilkins do? Raider, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's adopting it. He's with it. Minshew was talking about, hey, you know what I'm saying? I think the Raiders fit what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? That's why I came over. Like, those are the things that these players are going to have to learn. These players are going to have to adjust to. And JP's J, again, is showing that. SoCal Sal said JPJ is the next incognito. Hey, look, I ain't gonna put that on him, but hey, I think incognito need to come over in camp and have a little visit. You know what I'm saying? Just have a little talk. And I think AP allows the old school, not the old school players, but the players of old to come through. So I hope Incognito comes over here and mentors some of these guys on our offensive line. 2 cents said D- on Glaze. Yeah. And and I said it, he's a project. I was not as harsh on the grade in regards to him, but I also look at the totality of our roster, and let's just say, and just hear me out on Glaze too, because some of you guys may feel the same way. What if you could configure the where they drafted him, right? Let's just say we slided JPJ up in the first round, and then we got Bowers in the second round, right? And maybe we slid Tommy Eichenberg in the third, and then Glaze went to the fifth. Would you be mad? Right? Just trying to help you guys get a little, maybe feel a little better with some of the guys. You know what I'm saying? Because even with them being on it's like no matter what, they're still hey, they're on the team. They're on the team. But I do understand, again, like I said, the reasons why they went with Glaze. Glaze is an F. Circus is saying it's an F because he's not a quarterback. Okay. Reach but versatile. One of the top graded linemen. There's upside there. You know what I'm saying? There is upside there. It's just gonna, he's gonna take some work, but like I said, the benefits of what we got on our roster is that we actually have talent in our coaching staff. So we want to be able to coach up these guys. Bowers A, JPJ A, Glaze B minus. Okay. Reach, but no Leatherwood. Hey, look, say it. Hey, you can say that again. Preach that to the congregation. All right. Hey, he ain't no Leatherwood. He ain't no Leatherwood, Reach. Ozzy, good to see you. I'm glad we beyond, you know what I'm saying, that Leatherwood Reach. Hey, get to your meeting, you know what I'm saying? Don't cuss out your boss, 2 cents. All right? Please don't cuss out your boss. Cause I ain't got you know what I'm saying? I ain't got a house for you to stay in, dog. I need you to keep paying your rent. All right. Hey, but blessings to you, man. Ozzy said left tackle Miller, Parham, Andre James, Powers, I'm sorry, and Munford. Okay. Swing tackle Glaze, backup guard Meredith. Okay. With white hair. Wide receiver Devontae Adams, Jacoby. Okay. Slot receiver Bowers. Okay. Or a wide receiver 4. Did I read that right? Okay, Tucker. I'm reading your guys' chats, you know what I'm saying, reading what y'all got. Because I appreciate you guys. I really do. If I didn't give Wild Turkey his little, you know what I'm saying, greeting, that's Wild Turkey's little thing, you know what I'm saying? That's little Wild Turkey's. That's my boy Wild Turkey. Good to see you though. And Estrada, good to see you. Also, don't be surprised if Trey Taylor becomes our starting. Hey, look, I'm just and also a Ozzy. I'll say this too with Trey Taylor. I think that's a good move because contracts are coming up, and Telesco's going to have to make the decision if he wants to keep, if he wants to pay for, Merrick or Epps, right? So, it'd be interesting to say, hey, we can move on from you because we think Taylor is the next. He's ready. But again, like I said, even with the 7th rounder, I think there's some makings there for being a solidified safety for us. I just said my favorite day 3 pick is Dylan Laube. Yep. He's going to be a special teams main, kick return and punt return. And he may be our running back 2 to back up Zeus. Hey, look, we might have to tell Madison, hey, peace out, dog. Peace out, dog. But it's all but I'll tell you this, it's all gonna be up to Lauby. He has a tall, you know what I'm saying, tall task in front of him. But I will say that he has the opportunity because, again, in preseason, he's going to get snaps. He's going to get those looks. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be up to him to shine. I think, again, in regards to the running backs, I think Sincere McCormick and Britton Brown are definitely the guys that are on the bubble. Cash Nightbot's letting y'all know how to be a financial blessing to the channel. Cash App, Venmo is there. D-Minute said, hit that like button. Hey, hit that like button. Okay? Hit that like button. If I can find it. There we go.
You fucking cold.
Let me look in the camera, do it. Hey, you guys go ahead and hit them likes. Why? Because I like you. All right, you clip that one right.
Hit that like button. Reading your guys' chats here. You guys are saluting everybody. I love when you guys do that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys, you know what I'm saying, send some blessings to the members of the congregation when you guys come in. Charm City, good to see you, man. Blessings to you. Hope all is well, sir. James Furpo, good to see you. Raiders, you already know what it is, James. You already know, dog. I'm so excited about this season. Jayhawk said Richardson B, Eichenberg A. Lauby A. Okay. Yeah, that cornerback, man, I'm telling you, that cornerback room. Woo, buddy. Hey, Tragedy Turn Tribe. Hey, blessings to you, man. I hope all is well. You know what I'm saying? Prayers and all that great stuff, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Oh, I still got to do that live. It just hit me. Guys, got to give you guys an update. Got to give you guys an update. So Taylor is a future replacement to Epps. Yep. Hey, I'm excited about Taylor. I'm excited about, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know about Bowers. We talk about, you know what I'm saying, JPJ. But I'm really excited about Eichenberg and Taylor. Those guys. I like Lauby. I'm not saying I don't like Lauby, but Tommy Eichenberg and Taylor, those are going to be guys that I'm going to be rooting for to definitely push through and get on the 53. Hey, Cliff. Hey, that's exactly, that's what we've been asking for, right? We want people to come in and produce. You know what I'm saying? And we know Bowers, and we know Powers. See, I'm getting it. Bowers and Powers. We know Bowers and Powers. They're clear starters. But hey, Eichenberg, hey, Taylor, Lauby, they knocking on the door. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we want. You know what I'm saying? What you got, you know what I'm saying? I think DJ Glaze can be a competition. There's possibility there. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else, they're still going to try to figure it out. But you have, out of 8 guys, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 8 guys. You have 6 of the 8 guys that you have 6 of the 8, 6 out of the 8 guys. Why can't I not talk? 6 out of the 8 guys either starter ready or knocking on the door out of the entire draft. I'm not going to say he missed on the other ones. You know what I'm saying? The other 2. I'm not saying that at all. But like, let's put it in perspective. How many times can we say out of a draft, 6 out of the 8 guys are at least knocking on the door? It's been a while. It's been a while. Back to work, okay? Hey, make that money, dog. Get that money, man. 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 Somebody turn that into a song. You know what I'm saying? Put me in the back. Get that money, man. Get that money, man. Get that money, man. Get that money, man. Somebody clip that too. All right. You know I be doing crazy stuff. I be gobbling and wild turkey. Blessings to you, man. Get your money, dog. Hey, J-Dog, you never late. You know what I'm saying? You never late. You know what I'm saying? Just come on into church. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Come on into the congregation. You know what I'm saying? Pay your tithes. You know what I'm saying? Pay your tithes. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? You said something in the comment section. You subscribed. Hey, we good. That might be a new thing. Pay your tithes. That, you know what I'm saying? That's hitting the like button. Pay your tithes. Hey, J-Dog, you know what? And since you said that, Jaquan Shepard, he is a UDFA. I'm going to do, get ready for that, because I'm going to do a whole live on our UDFAs. And I'll break down the guys that I like and what I see out of the guys that we have out of our UDFAs. Okay. So yeah, that like we would have been here for 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? If we was talking about our drafts and also, you know what I'm saying, UDFA. So I will do get ready for that. Hopefully that might be next week. I'll be talking about UDFAs and who I think definitely has a chance and what I'm seeing. But yeah, Jaquan Shepard is definitely a guy that looks good at corner. And that's another corner added to the cluster of corners that that we're building. So, and I'll say this too in regards to Tom Telesco. He like I said, he's throwing in all these corners, but what is that going to do? That's going to bring the best corner opposite side of Jack Jones. You know what I'm saying? So whoever that is, that corner is going to be a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? And schematically, the way our D line is going to be, that even helps out our secondary even more. So to have that strong competition, have him, you know what I'm saying, opposite side of Jack Jones, man, our defense is going to be even scarier. For sure. Jayhawk said Taylor A, Devonshire B. Okay. You guys, the link right there is there for you guys to be an organ donor if you guys are interested in getting that information. Okay. And then also my IG's right there. If you ever need prayer or you know, someone to talk to or whatever, don't be just bugging me over some, like, be really serious about your stuff. Like, don't. Ray Love is in the building. Good to see you, Ray. Jack Kenna, blessings to you, sir. Hope all is well. The new QB, the new CB is going to move out face on and web. Hey, look, hey, them corners, hey, that's what I'm saying. That corner room is going to be a monster. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, face on's on notice, Webb's on notice. There's a lot of guys in that room that's on notice. And you know, I said it, they're bringing in new blood, and whoever, like I said it earlier with Jack Jones and Hobbs, I think those are the two guys that are possibly safe. You know what I'm saying? For real. And outside of that, hey, get in where you fit in. And there's going to be a few of them that ain't going to fit in. Jack Kennan just wait till hey, and that's the other thing. You know what, Jack Kennan, to be honest with you, with the June 1st money, I'm okay. I really want to see what we got. I really want to see what we got before we spend. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's something out there that can really take it over the top, you know what I'm saying, then maybe I might entertain it. But we ain't got to spend all of our money. You know what I'm saying? We can let that, like, think about this. If we don't touch that money rolls over to the next year. And when free agency comes around, then we'll have 24 on top of whatever else. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm not so quick to be wanting to spend that. But I'd rather see what we got. Because I think we really do got something. I really think we got something without having to really touch that money. Now, I will entertain it in a sense of if we need to get a, like, say, Thayer Mumford ain't cracking up and Glaze ain't ready yet, or Wagner ain't, you know what I'm saying, we ain't liking what Wagner's doing. You want to pay to get that right tackle? Okay. I might entertain that because I know how much that's going to impact our offense if we don't have a person on that right side. But like I said, some people, as soon as they, be like a little kid, as soon as you get the money to, as soon as your mom give you $5, you at the ice cream man, you know what I'm saying, balling out, you know what I'm saying? Like it you might want to save it. You know what I'm saying? But I will, like I said, I will entertain that. But let's just see what we got. There's competition. I think, on top of my head, I think there's competition everywhere. So let's see how that pans out. And I think they'll say, hey, I think we're weak here. And I think this is what we're going to need in the season. Okay, let's go pay that. Because there is some good corners out there too. You know what I'm saying? There's some guys out there that we can look at to take this team over the top. But let's give these guys in our room now, let's give them a shot. Glaze was not best player. Oh, sorry. Glaze was not best player available. Just that move set you back on talent with the next picks. I get it. They're going to, you know what? And Tom Telesco is that guy. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some moves that are going to be made. And they'll be at the right price. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know what that song is? You know what I'm saying? I'll just say daytime TV. You'll figure it out. Hey, but Tom Telesco, and it ties into what I was saying. Tom Telesco is going to make the right deal. And ain't going to overspend. I like that about Tom Telesco. We've been overspending for decades, and I'm glad that we're not like that anymore. For real. J-Dog said, I give the draft a B- considering not enough draft capital. Okay. You know what? And I'll say this, and is not just for J-Dog, but I'm kind of glad that, as we're talking about this and as we've been seeing, you know what I'm saying, as we've been seeing grades on what we think about what's going on with the draft, I think a lot of people are somewhat in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying? It's not like one person says A, another person says, I think it's a D-. You know what I'm saying? Circus is fooling around saying it's an F, but and I know that's not his, he's just trolling, but the thought of having us all kind of like, I like what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's refreshing. It really is. I did have it in A, but after evaluation, yep, B-. And that's everybody's evaluation is different, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people react or people everybody reacts, but I hate the fact when, like, I know you didn't study, but you have a huge opinion about something. It's just like, okay, like there was people, and no offense to anybody, but there was people that were like tripping out on Bowers, right? And I understand tripping out on Bowers if you were like, I'm so focused on getting a quarterback, or I'm so focused on getting an offensive tackle. But if you didn't take the time to go, like, and it's not like you have to know these guys off the bat, but I just encourage people to go back and look. You know what I'm saying? Do what J-Dog did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you thought it was an A, but go back and say, hey, you know what? After thinking about it, I'm about to change my grade. And that's why, even with the grades I gave you guys, like I said earlier, the grade is fluid. That's my initial thought on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Down the line, I might say, hey, I thought, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put out a name because I don't want to, put that on them. But, I had Paper Bag Johnson, you know what I'm saying? I had him at a B+. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Doug. I think Paper Bag Johnson is a C-. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just the evaluation. You know what I'm saying? Take the time to go back. Like, there's guys, players I told you guys, if you guys have not, go watch their tape. Go watch Dylan Laube. Go watch, you know what I'm saying? Go watch all our prospects if you can. And make your assessment. Make your assessment. Richardson is a huge question mark. And J-Dog, that is the question, right? He has all the physical abilities, the physical tangibles, but can he get coached up? And if he gets coached up, what can he be from there? Right? Is definitely the question. Give me a second. All right. Okay. And yeah, that's the question mark. He has the physical tangibles and everything else. Thank you for your time. But we have to rely on our coaching, right? To coach them up. And who knows? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they're calling him, like a Richard Sherman type. And I'm not saying he's exactly like a Richard Sherman, but he has the physical ability. His frame is similar to Richard Sherman, right? So if we can coach him up and he turns into a Richard Sherman, you know what I'm saying, on the outside, bam. Now look at where our defense is now. And it's cheap labor. We didn't have to pay for it, right? Well, I mean, it's a rookie contract, but you know what I'm talking about. Ray Love over here showing some love. Power is ranked 91.8 overall, and Joe Alt 98.5. I'm not 96.5 overall. That, and that's value, right? That is value. You guys talking about the UDFAs. Again, I'm going to break that down next week. I don't want to cross-contaminate. No, I'm saying not cross-contaminate. But yeah. I'm excited about the UDFAs too. I'll just say it like that. Lobby makes slithers of space look like huge holes. Hey, look, and that's that's the benefits of having him, right? Adding him to what we have here. Dylan Lowby, hey, he has some competition, like I said, but we're excited about it, right? When you add talent to your room, you make room for talent, right? That's what we're supposed to do, right? We make room for talent. So we might have to make some room for talent and kick some guys out that ain't that. Hey, Colton Miller is actually inked up for a while. I think he has a couple more years on his contract. Because I think we just signed him not too long ago. Yeah, I think Colton Miller's still good. I think at least for the next 2 years. I know for sure 25 and 27 he wasn't on that list. Let me look. I think I still got those slides up. These are the guys that have expiring contracts. That's 2025. Okay. I'm trying to see if I see Colton Miller. No. So at least for 25 and 26, he'll still be under contract. And that's why another reason why, I was really preaching linebacker, because if you look at those slides, pretty much all of our linebackers are on that slide. So that means their contract's either coming up in 25 or their contract is coming up in 26. So we're either going to have to re-sign them or we're going to have to let them walk. But before you let them walk, we got to have somebody to replace it, right? I think they will pay Robert Spillane, but Diablo and Masterson, those guys might walk. But you need to have somebody in place for those guys to walk. And Tommy Eichenberg is definitely a start to some of those linebackers walking. Good question. JT, good to see you for review. Nutty Ray Nate, good to see you, sir. Blessings to you, man. Hey, we got to connect. We got to connect again. On screen and off screen, too. John Leon. Everybody saluting. Egalitarian, good to see you. Hope all is well. Hey, Cliff, you already know. The Price is Right. Yeah. And that's Tom Telesco, man. He be looking at these players. He be like, we need a safety. Okay, let me see if the price is right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Gallup came in. Hey, but guess what? The price was right. You know what I'm saying? Gallup came in, but the price was right. Hey, Whitehair came in, but what? Somebody help me out. But the price was right. Against team like KC, I can see a lot of 2 deep middle linebacker and like 5 DB sets and only 4 man rush. Hey, but that's Patrick Graham likes that. You know what I'm saying? He likes 2 linebackers. You know what I'm saying? That's why we see a lot of 2 linebacker out there. But who does he plug in at linebacker? He's got some options. He's really got some options. Freddie, good to see you, Freddie. Coupon Tom getting them deals. Hey, look. Hey, Tom, people call him Coupon Tom, but he be out there like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I can get that on the low. I can get that on the low. You know what I'm saying? He making deals and it's benefiting us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got all this cap that we, gotta you know what I'm saying? We ain't got all this cap that it's all over the place and we can't spend here because we got this and all this and all. Like, we setting nice where, hey, we got a little savings account. You know what I'm saying? We got, Mark Davis is over there, you know what I'm saying, making his money, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, helping us out a little bit, you know what I'm saying, sliding us a little bit, you know what I'm saying, because he like that, you know what I'm saying. He ain't all the way like that, but he's something like that. He got, in the grand schemes of owners, you know what I'm saying, Mark Davis got them 10s, but he keep them clean though, you know what I'm saying. For sure. For sure. JPJ, come on down. Oh, hey Ray, you crazy, man. Brock Bowers, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Raiders is right. Oh man. Hey, y'all is too much. I've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, and counting. But I hope we broke something down for you guys. I hope you guys can get another look at our draft picks. Maybe, might motivate you to go look at some tape. You know what I'm saying? Dive into these guys, because obviously they're Raiders. You know what I'm saying? And, the question is now, if they're going to make the team. Just because they was drafted don't mean that they'll make the team, right? And I'm excited for the competition that's going to come. You guys get ready for that camp and all that great stuff. Because I am ready for camp. And for our guys to put in the work. Okay? Okay, Thursday, you guys will see 2 for 1 Nation podcast with me and my brother, Eric from the SC Experience. Okay? Something you don't want to miss, because I know we'll have some things to talk about. We always got something to talk about. That'll be on Thursday. So you do not want to miss that. Okay? Get with it. Get with it. Okay? Also, if you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at Twuan, TWUAN. Again, your business is between me, you, and the Lord. I don't put your business out there in the street, so you ain't got to worry about that. And be an organ donor, okay? It means a whole lot to me if you guys be an organ donor. Also, we're on the march for 500 subscribers by week 1. And that is possible through you. So definitely go ahead and be a subscriber of Raider Twuan channel and join the congregation. Again, if we reach this goal by week 1, a lucky subscriber will win a pair of Black Air Forces. But in order to get those pair of Black Air Forces, you have to subscribe. So go ahead and subscribe. Okay? I think I covered it. You guys know, hit that like button. Okay? Hit that like button.
Fucking Stizan.
Twuan, hey, Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
And also remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go. Raiders.
What up, hello?
ball-winning football players. Today is the day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Madden, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John could pursue his dreams. Tonight, the Twua channel and a tribute to John Madden and Al Jacobs, who declared that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.